underneath it. And then off to the side, it's got an arm that swings in and out of the way. And I have my Roadcaster on.
Welcome to the only radio station of its kind, dedicated to covering the green industry, bringing you the latest in industry news, products, services, and technology, and spotlighting the achievements of industry professionals around the world. Now for Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review, here's your host, Darren Gruner.
Good morning and welcome to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruner, live in the Turfs Up Radio studios and always sunny. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Got Eric Jones with me today, jumping on.
Morning.
Jumping on with me today. Talk about what happened during the course of this week. What a great week we had. Eric is going to let us know about what happened with his classes, our teacher classes in the morning and at night. And by the way, I want to tell you something. Eric Jones, you have to understand something. I was checking out the podcast. You know, you can hear This One's on Me, and you can hear the morning show on demand anytime you want. And a lot of people downloading those podcasts. So wanted to let you know that the last couple This One's on Me you haven't been uploaded. These people want to hear it. So
yeah,
they're missing
I saw that. There were several like mid-April that were downloaded big time.
Yeah.
They're all uploaded now, except last night's. I got to do last night's.
Right. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's funny. I was saying that. I was like, these guys want to hear all the new stuff because we understand, and we're not putting any pressure on anybody to catch us during the live events. I mean,
Right.
Because we understand everybody's got their thing. The biggest thing for you guys to do, is to work. We want you to work.
Yeah.
But we also want you to know that we're available when you need to be here. Okay. So
Damn Skippy.
I got guys texting me already. Okay, leave me alone. not you guys. I got a great day planned today for Totalscape Design. By the way, I just like all of you guys, just like everybody out there. I still have a landscape design firm. I work with a lot of people. Totalscape Design. I'm actually getting up and going to. We talked about traveling, Jeff. Remember, we talked about who cares if the money's out there, you go get it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to West Palm Beach, which is about an hour from where I live right now, just to work on a client that I've already worked on before. He called me up over the weekend and said, "Hey, Darren, can you do a couple extra things?" I've actually posted that on Totalscape Design on our Facebook page, where you can see before the job, during the design, and then after. Really cool, so you can get some videos. But after that, I'm going to Port St. Lucie.
Ooh.
Anybody hear of Port St. Louis? St. Lucie? You know where that is, right?
I've heard of it. Don't know where it is.
It's far.
It's in Florida.
It's in Florida. It's not. See, the tropical areas start around West Palm Beach. That anything south, that's where tropical. Like if you think about tropics, even a lot of people think, well, just because you have palm trees, that's the tropics. It's not. Right. Down here is where we've completely invaded nature. Right, at its best, right? Tropics down here. So, but Port St. Lucie is above that tropical line. And by the way, they're open for business up there. I might stop at a restaurant and get something to eat.
That's a good one. That'll be great.
I'm actually excited to do that.
Right? Something new.
That's right. Jeff Hesser brought up some great stuff today. I want you guys to stay tuned and listen because I was sitting by the pool yesterday and Jeff was pulling his hair out because people were just getting on his nerves. It was funny, the two of us, we were exactly like that. And I bet Eric's the same way. Sometimes, I don't think Eric gets as upset about
putting out fires.
That's all we do as entrepreneurs is put out fires.
Putting out fires all day yesterday.
And the way you handle it, I don't know. Jeff and I seem to handle the thing the same way. Just pure stupidity drives us crazy. Laziness. I think laziness is the number one. I got a story for you. Talk about laziness.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves is laziness. Is laziness and liars. There you go.
Laziness and liars.
Yep.
L&L. Oh yeah, I can't stand that. I got a story for you. I'll tell you real quick about my laziness story right here. Check this out. You guys will appreciate this. If you guys ever built anything at all, if you've ever built anything in your home, I don't care if it's steps, a wall, a bathroom, whatever it is, if you have, here's a story. The Sky Lounge, we're getting that ready for a studio right upstairs, and we're excited about that. Well, we went ahead and we built some wall. We framed out all the walls. There's not a lot. It's just we framed out all the walls, and it's done. The framing work is complete. However, the material that the guy used, the original guy used, was not sufficient. Really, it's not up to code.
Nope.
So we have to rip it down and rebuild it exactly the way it is. Now, here's where the laziness comes into play. So I called a framer up and I said, hey, I'd like you to come out and take a look at this. I need to get this redone to do it the right way. So he said, okay. Now, we all know that 3D designs give us a real good idea. When you create a design in 3D, you get an idea of what the property should look like. And then you got your takeoffs and everything's sitting there right for you on your computer. What's better than having a 3D design? There's not much that's better, right? I mean,
Right.
you can have a regular design, but that's not better than a 3D design. What's actually better than having a 3D design? Actually being able to look at the job that's already built, knowing exactly the dimensions, they're sitting right there.
Yep.
And all you have to do is rip it down and rebuild it. So you have all the dimensions in real life 3D, right?
Yep.
So where does the laziness come to play, right? I invited a framer to come out and take a look at this. He comes out to meet me to look at the job. Now, just try to wrap your head around this. It drives me crazy. He comes out to take a look at the job. He's looking at the job, and he said, okay, send me the drawings, and I'll give you a price based on the measurement. I said, what are you talking about? The drawings are right here. They're right in front of you. All you got to do is pull out your tape measure from this wall to this wall, and go this way, and you got the measurement. No, he wanted me to send them to him. He wanted me to send him the measurements. I mean, Eric, you're looking at me like, I don't get it.
Well, no, it's just that's just the way a lot of them are. I mean, that's the construction industry. These guys, for one, they're super busy. They don't have the time. Secondly, I don't think they could actually come out and actually read a tape measure.
Why did he come over?
What
it is?
What it is, he is a framer who subs it out to other framing crews. There is a lot of people. It's called clipboard building.
Okay.
Clipboard building. And what it is, if you send him the drawings, then he can show it to these subcontractors that he's using. Hey man, what can you do for this? And he wanted them to give him a price so he could add his 20 to 30% on top of it.
I get it. I didn't think that was the case because he was referred to me by a friend. But there's another guy that came in right away, and he didn't even tell me. That he just came out. He says, "Let me start measuring it, and I'll give you a price, and I'll write it all up, and I'll give you a price tonight." He did.
That was great. He's the one. He's the actual guy doing the work.
Yeah. That to me, I couldn't believe it was so less. I couldn't wrap my. You know me. It takes me a long time to get off of things to begin with. It does. It just takes me a long time to get off of things. But I woke up and this happened on Monday. Yeah. And I was waiting for a price, and he kept asking me, and I'm like, this blows me away. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I just got up on the couch, and I said to Renee, I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around this still, because I felt bad because he was referred to me by a friend, a good friend, and I feel bad. I want to tell my friend now, sorry, dude, I'm not using this guy. I'm not even getting. This guy just wasted a week of my time, and I felt bad.
Well, and your friend may have thought that was the way of doing business, because if they're not in a service-based or construction-based industry, they just kind of assume, okay, well, let me get somebody to draw it up and send it to you.
Well, let me tell you something. My friend is in the business, and when he came out to give us, he's a plumber. He came out, he measured, knew how. He didn't say to me, "Give me drawings." He said, "Here. This is how far you need to be." He's telling me exactly what I love it. When listen, the reason why I called him is to work for me. What he wanted me to do is work for him. Wait a minute. I'm going to pay you, but I got to work for you? I don't get that. So there's a big lesson to be learned here, guys. The reason why these guys, and we talk about this all the time, right? The reason why people call you is because you're a professional in the business and they need your help. Don't
Yeah.
turn around. Don't turn it around on them. Don't do this today. It'll frustrate the crap out of them. And now listen, you might, and this guy might think, well, this is a job I got. Oh, you want, because he said, my buddy, I'm not going to say the names, but he said, he goes, oh, you were referred to my buddies, no problem. I'll take care of you for this. He must have assumed that he's got the job because my friend gave him the job. But don't ever assume that.
Right.
Don't ever assume that. And in business, don't ever assume just because you're referred or you're part of the group that you're going to get that piece of the job. Because remember, the client has his own mind and can make up his own mind. He's the one who writes the checks. Although you might become highly recommended, you better, and you have two responsibilities. One, you got a responsibility to make sure that you keep that reputation that your friend gave you, right? Your friend and his reputation. You have two. It's hard when you're referred. You have a double responsibility. You can't just go in there and act like all cool. Hey, I got this, man. I was referred and I got this job, no problem. You now have to. And normally, when a client calls you, you go and you sell yourself. And you do the thing you're supposed to do. But it's doubly hard. You got to come in now and say, you know what? Eric Jones referred me, and I'm going to do the best I can for Eric.
Yes.
I'm gonna make Eric proud of me.
Yep. That's what you have to do. You have to make sure that you're making sure that you're taking care of your buddy, whoever it was that referred you. It's huge.
Well, I have a good friend that's a roofer, does the same thing. He never does the roof work himself. He has several subcontractors that actually work for him.
Yep.
But he will get up on the roof and actually measure it. And he'll give you a quote right there. And then basically, he's saying, hey, guys, I've got this job here. I'm going to pay you this much to do it. But sounds like this framing contractor is either one, just way covered up, or he doesn't really know how to price it. He doesn't know what his guys are going to charge him. And then so he wanted them to look at a drawing or a diagram and then add his percentage to it.
If that's the case, he should have written up a diagram, drawn a diagram based on what he saw in front of him. He could have easily done that because all you have to do is copy what was there. It's like
so he did make a site visit.
That's what we did. We spent the day. I made an appointment with him. He came to this. That's what blows my mind.
Oh,
he
came there.
He was in the apartment that was already framed out. I was at that apartment scene. Were you there when it's framed out, Eric?
No, I saw it when Darren just bought it.
Okay. So I was there.
But it was framed out. All you had to do was look at it and take some measurements. Okay, I got to redo this. I mean, you could have actually just counted the studs. He could have counted the studs. Well, there's 37 studs. Okay, this is how much it's gonna. He gets in the. He says, okay. He says, all right. He says, send me the drawing. I'm looking at him like, the drawing. What do you mean? And by the way, we already had permits to go. I mean, I could have called for permits to get an approval on the job that's done already. So he's like, where are the permit? Where are the drawings? You're going to need drawings for this. No, dude, I've already got past that. It blows my mind. I just don't get it. Listen, when we come back, we got traffic on the turf. We're going to get off this one. I have to get past it. This kind of stuff blows my mind.
Let it go.
Get over it.
I got to go. If you want to get involved, you can. You can go to turfsupradio.com, go to contact us, and go right to the weekend review, and you can click right on and join the room. So that easy. Your time right now is 9:15. We'll be right back.
Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 Drive home with massive press tractor marketing. Tune in Monday through Friday to take your turf management program to the next level. Only on Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Hi, Scott from More Madness. Ferris allows you to experience turf care on a whole new level with soft ride stand-on mowers. With their patent-pending adjustable operator platform and suspension technology, these premium stand-on mowers from Ferris let you work faster, take on more jobs, and finish the day feeling good. Step up to a new level of comfort and productivity with the SRS Stand-On Series mower. Ferris, work hard, feel good. Go to ferrismowers.com for a dealer near you.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
Hey, landscape pros, are you tired of digging through rocks and roots and breaking shovels in the process? Then it's time you checked out the Geo Ripper 616. It's a landscaper's dream with the Makita 6 Series 2-cycle engine producing over 4 horsepower of raw performance. The 616 digs deep in up to 16 inches of the toughest soil. Lighting, landscape, and irrigation contractors already love this improved lightweight trencher with its ability to get in and get out faster, easier, and with less ground disturbance. And you will too. This redesigned Geo Ripper 616 comes with 2 heavy-duty digging chains and a whole mess of helpful extras. To learn more about the Geo Ripper and how it can help you out in the field, visit georipper.com today.
In today's ever-changing world, it's harder than ever to keep up with homeowner trends in the industry. There seems to be an app for absolutely everything, and homeowners are flocking to them for easier ways to schedule services and communicate. LawnBuddy Pro puts you back in the driver's seat of your business and allows you to communicate with your clients via your own company's companion app. You can send clients push notifications, messages, photos, and invoices, all sent directly to their phones from your company. LawnBuddy is on a mission to help you meet your company's goals. Sign up today at lawnbuddy.com.
Time now for Traffic on the Turf, brought to you by Pro Products, helping you navigate your way through weeds, pests, and disease, and loading your trucks with the products and tools you'll need to provide your clients with the healthiest lawns, trees, and shrubs. Now, here's Eric Jones, the turf teacher for today's Traffic on the Turf.
That's how I got it. I got it. The timing.
The timing is
that
perfect. Right.
was perfect for that. I don't know if there was a delay on Zoom or not, but I got it.
That was a big mosquito.
What's up, Eric?
Nada. What's up, Darren?
Not much, man. Tell me about what's going on. What's happening? We're supposed to get some snow up in the Northeast, I understand. So.
Dude, I saw that. I saw that last week, like up in Pennsylvania, like northern Pennsylvania. There were snow and icy mornings and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, crazy.
Yeah. My brother got snow at his camp the other day. He was turkey hunting, and he showed me pictures of snow on the ground.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Beautiful, though. I mean, I bet it's beautiful, but it's still just hard to believe in May what's going on. So,
well,
yeah,
how's that supposed to affect our tell us how it's expected to affect our turf in our growing season.
Well, actually, I mean, turf here is just blasting away, man. This stuff's growing faster than ever. It's kind of like our strawberries, man. It likes the cooler temperature. I mean, we have cool season grasses, so it's thriving. So
what do you do? Talk to us about what do you do to grow those strawberries? What kind of what kind of products do you use to fertilize them?
Well, we do fertilize them. It's on plastic culture. So if you've ever seen vegetables or fruits, anything grown on plastic, it's mounds. And then we actually have a machine that will put down the plastic, but it puts down a little flat tube underneath the plastic. And then we hook it up to a drip irrigation system, and we irrigate from the lake that's across the street. And then we have a siphoning system that will actually bring in the fertilize for it. We get these big fertilized containers. They're about $700 a pop. And we'll use 2, 3, 4 of them a year during the growing season to actually get them going. We do have to fumigate when we put down the plastic. We fumigate the soil, which gets rid of all of the fungus, and it's also a weed preventative. So that's really the only time that there's any chemicals applied. Every so often, once a blue moon, if we detect that there's an issue with maybe a fungus coming on, we will have to apply a fungicide, but no weed spraying, no bug spraying, none of that stuff. It's all not organic, as you say. I mean, we never use the term organic. I'm not a big fan of that, just like I am when it comes to the word sustainable, because we in the green industry, we've been practicing sustainable practices, as far as I can remember. And then to actually get everything that is certified organic or it's just a way for the government to get more money, so.
No, you kidding me? Not the government.
So So tell us, hang on a second. So tell us, I want to know more about your growing, your strawberry growing. A lot of guys, you go by these farmlands and you see those plastic mounds. A lot of people don't understand how they got there in the first place, and then they don't know how. Is it something to keep weeds down? I mean, tell us what that's about.
It is, and basically what it is to keep the weeds down. It also provides like warmth for the soil. What really blows my mind is we plant strawberries in September to harvest them in April and May. So we do the plastic culture in August with the fumigation, and we've got to wait a couple weeks before we can actually go in and plant. We use like a tobacco planter on the back of a 3-point tractor. Goes on the back of a 3-point hookup, and it's a 2-man seeder, and it's got a water barrel, and it punches the holes in the plastic, and we're pushing in the strawberries, and we got somebody following us in case we miss one, popping one in. So I think we got like 32,000 plants in the ground now.
How many survive?
99.9%.
Yeah, really.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How do you get such a success rate?
We babysit them.
Really?
My dad is down there like every day, all day. It seems like just walking around. It is, and it's just
talking to him. He's out there in the field talking to him.
Yeah. And we got to cover them tonight. So we got to roll out the sheets. It's almost like a bed sheet, man. Real thin stuff. And
how do you get that over? You have the wheels they'll fit through the rows.
Yeah. The rows are spaced far enough apart. We got 6 rows together, and there's a walking space in between it. But then every 6th one, we've got a row that we can actually get a tractor or a gator down the middle, so we could actually drive a truck if we wanted to. But what it is we got the sheets on these big plastic roll or big balers, and then we'll pull them and stretch them out, and then cover them over the rows. It takes us about an hour and 15 minutes tonight.
How many guys does it take to do that?
Well, there's probably only going to be 3 or 4 of us, so it might take 2.5 hours. Usually about an hour and 15 minutes with 6 people.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty cool. What a business.
I saw the picture of your dad, or the video of your dad on that machine that you lay on, and it crawls over top of the plant.
Yeah, and that gives you
amazing.
You use both hands to pick, and then you got the bucket right in front of you, so it's just.
It's crazy. It's priceless. I want one of those for the job sites when I'm out wiring shit, so I don't have to go on my knees. Oh my God, my knees are killing me. I need one of those so I can drive around the property and wire fixtures.
Yeah, dude. Hey, there's an opportunity, man. There's an opportunity.
I thought it was.
You're not going to drive your truck over those strawberries because of the heat from the. I mean, you can kill them, couldn't you, with the truck, with the heat of the truck, or the engine?
Yeah, and the rows are so tightly spaced that they couldn't actually get in between you. The rows are spaced enough where our tractor is spread far enough to actually get over top of them. So,
wow,
yeah,
what a business. So it takes a lot of hours, a lot of man hours.
Oh my gosh,
to grow these things, right?
Yeah.
So in one season, how many man hours would you say you spend on growing? I mean, seriously, man hours.
There's no telling how many man hours that my parents have in. I know I don't help throughout the year as much, but I do during the grow. Now.
Yeah.
And we started a month ago, and it took us 2 solid weeks to hand weed the fields because we don't spray any chemicals for weeds.
Right.
I mean, we touched every single plant. I mean, and we pulled the grass and the broadleaf weeds that had came up in between it, and then go through the rows and push mow them, and then weed eat them to keep them looking neat. It's just.
And that's all for 3,200 plants.
32,000.
32,000 plants.
Yeah.
32,000 plants.
So I got a question. So obviously, your dad probably knows the numbers, the man hours, whatever.
Yeah.
So again, there's got to be a formula, just like in business, how much you got to charge for strawberries, dependent upon how long you guys use that field for, and the labor and man hours. And I mean, it's got to be a really tough formula to come up with to know what to charge for strawberries.
And it was trial and error.
That's exactly where I'm going. So how do you get to that? So now you spent all that time there, and bless you.
Bless you.
How do you what happens? Well, how do you get there? What kind of numbers do you have to charge?
The numbers. I know the volume that they do in sales when the patch is open. I know what it costs to plant, but then like I said, the fertilizer, the buckets. I mean, the buckets cost us 80 cents. They carry this nice little bucket out of strawberries, and so I mean we're $14 a gallon if we pick it, and then 12 we charge 12 if the customer goes out and picks their own.
But they're going to grow new strawberries, right? Tell us about that process. I mean, the plants themselves, how many strawberries do they produce?
Well, we've had the best year so far this year. We're using Camarosa is the variety. And I mean, we've full of berries, full of red berries. We're full of green berries still. And it's funny, you pick all the red berries off, then those green ones will start coming on. The plant, it takes so much energy for that plant to produce that berry, but we still got blooms. I mean, we still got a ton of blooms on the top that are going to be berries here. And
so if you had to measure it by gallons, how many gallons of strawberries do you get out of a plant? I'm really, this is great. No one knows this. Like, this is crazy.
My dad would know that right off the top of his head. A good number, because there's bad years and good years. Yeah,
right. It's not 1 gallon. I mean, you're going to get more than a gallon of strawberries per plant.
Yeah, we hope to. Yeah,
sure.
More than 1 gallon per plant.
That's incredible. If you can get a few gallons per plant out of 32,000 plants, and there's your numbers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Staggering. It's really, when you think about that, it's amazing, really, what farmers do.
And then it better be worth it, or they wouldn't do it.
Right.
Strawberries are perennials, but guess what we do as soon as the season's over?
Kill them.
Kill them, and then rip up the plastic and go back with new.
But you use that field for other things after the strawberries, like you have or just strawberries. That's it.
It goes right back. Yeah, it has to be.
It's strawberry fields forever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did pumpkins one year, but what that did, it delayed us too long into the fall to actually plant the strawberries on that one field that we did pumpkins. So it's like, if it's dedicated to strawberries, it's dedicated to strawberries.
Okay. Wow.
So that is really
it must
cool.
be pretty good then for continue to do that for as many years as you had. I mean, obviously it's got to be profitable.
Well, we're just getting to that point where it is profitable because
trial
and error.
Trial and error. Yep. I was going to say all the bad years of trial and error.
Yeah. Don't make the mistake you did last year and the year before. It's the most expensive education you'll ever pay for.
Right. I can imagine. Jeez.
Speaking about education, aren't you glad you woke up this morning to listen to Turf's Up Radio, get to hear how to grow and sustain?
Stay out of the strawberry business.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to be back with products of the day. I got to talk to Jeff Hesser about. Listen, this is interesting, guys. A lot of you guys are out there doing lighting, and you guys are relying on the right information from your suppliers. And what does that mean, Darren? Well, I'm getting the light fixtures that I want, and I'm getting the light bulbs that I want. But are you getting the correct bulb and beam spread and lumen spread that you need for your lights? You may not be, and we're going to find out what that means when we come back with Jeff Hesser and Cass Lighting. He told me something yesterday that just blew my mind, and I said, Jeff, this is big. This is not just a passé conversation to have with some contractors.
Yeah.
This is something that you need to know. If you are a lighting professional, you need to know this. When we come back, we got that and much, much more. Turf Time right now. It's something 9:20 something.
Now that today's traffic has been cleared up, you're free to stay ahead of your competition. Today's traffic on the Turf was brought to you by Pro Products. The end of weed, pests, and disease begins here. Protecting the ones we love naturally is our highest purpose. To learn more about how Pro Products can help your landscape and lawn irrigation business, visit proproducts.com.
This is Wayne Bowes, your host of Profits Unlimited. You're listening to Turf's Up Radio. Be sure not to miss a new episode every Monday through Friday between 2 and 4 p.m. You'll hear what it takes to grow and sustain your green industry business. You'll learn to be confident that profit is not a dirty word. That's Profits Unlimited during the Turf's Up Radio podcast blocks Monday through Friday between 2 and 4 p.m. Eastern. And remember, Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Hi, this is Scott with More Madness. Ferris takes care of you so you can take care of your customers. Ferris line of ride-on spreader sprayers allows you to provide a personalized treatment for each of your clients. With stainless steel frames and granular and liquid application options, Ferris spreader sprayers let you do away with one-size-fits-all application. Visit ferrismores.com to find a dealer near you and ask for a test ride today. Ferris, work hard, be good.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, do you know what time it is? That's right, it's time for Turfs Up Radio. Now you can catch us streaming live 24/7 with pro talk, pro tips, and pro interviews. Simply visit turfsupradio.com.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, keep missing industry events but want to stay up to date on the action? Then simply download Fuel Podcast by Radio on your mobile device. You'll hear everything you missed, including great interviews with showgoers and vendors keeping you in the know. That's the Road Fuel Podcast by Turfs Up Radio, or simply visit turfsupradio.com/roadfuel.
Hey, it's Julie with Mower Madness. Red Max wants all their customers using the best equipment. So guess what? They want you to try it free. Just go on over to @TurfsUpRadio on Facebook and give our page a like. Then like, comment, and share the cover photo. That's it. You're in. There's a new giveaway each month, but don't miss this one. Who doesn't like free stuff? Head on over to Enter today.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, this is Rob Starr, your host of the Water Zone Show here on Turfs Up Radio. Be sure not to miss a new episode every Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. You'll hear my co-host Chris Davey and I speak to pros around the world whose main focus is to keep our planet blue. That's the Water Zone Show every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And remember, Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
You own a business and want it to be the best it can be.
Of course I do.
That means you need to offer the best products available.
Sounds great, but how do I find them?
The good news is you can rely on the guys at Turfs Up Radio to keep you up to date on all the latest and top products.
Good to know. What do you got?
Well, here's a product we found that will make your clients happy and your competition envious.
Back to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruder, live in the Turfs Up Radio studios. I got products of the day. This is a product that I thought that you guys really need to know about. And it's something that exists, and you guys use it all the time, especially if you're lighting guys. Lighting guys do it, okay? Because you're using fixtures, and you're trusting your supplier that you're getting the right information. Even on the boxes, you're reading and you think you're doing your homework. And a lot of you guys are getting false information. Now, I didn't know about this until yesterday. Now, I've been in the business for a long time, and I thought I was. And you know what? I realized that going back and starting to learn to think about when I was installing lights under certain trees, like certain things, you just kind of it didn't really matter. But certain, when you're starting to install lights or illuminate certain ornamental plants and trees, you're going to want to make sure that you get the right beam spread. Now, I didn't realize this. Going up a column, if you're using a whatever side, whatever beam spread you have, it's going to work. Because you're going up a column. You're only showing with that column, the width of the column. But what Jess said to me yesterday, was it yesterday that we talked about this?
Yesterday, yep.
He made a mention about a thread branch Japanese maple. And if you guys know that from the Northeast, I guess so not just Northeast, but anywhere, I think it grows in zone 6, 7, 8, maybe 5. I'm not sure. Red branch. Eric would know more than I did about that. But these trees are beautiful. They can get probably 10 feet wide, right? And they're gorgeous. They have a beautiful leaf on them. The clients love it. They don't grow too tall. They're an ornamental tree at its best. Now, you want to put a light against it. You want to illuminate it because it's beautiful. And if you go to think you're getting the right beam spread to really show off the beauty of that tree at night, you think, okay, well, I need to get as wide as I can. Well, sometimes the wider beam spreads that you get are really not as wide as you think they should be. Mm-hmm. And you end up having to put 1 or 2 or 3 different fixtures in, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. That was a really good point that you brought up.
So here's what it is. Let me tell you right now. The low voltage lighting LED industry is like the Wild West right now. there's no standards, and manufacturers are all over the place, and most of them are misinforming you or lying to you flat out. What we've done, and it's embarrassing, but for us it's a great thing because this is where we step up to another level. Manufacturers are taking it up from the manufacturers are getting it from the let's say my vendor, or let's say my competitor gets a light made for them, right? And that light manufacturer tells them, hey, it's putting out this many lumens and it's putting out this beam spread, right? And then they put it on the box and then they put it on the shelf and they sell it to you. And the contractor walks in and says, man, that's a 45-degree beam spread and it puts out X amount of lumens, and boom, that's perfectly what I'm going to do. Well, guess what? It's bullshit. It's a lie, because we've tested every competitor that we have. And this is what's called an LM79, and this is very important. An LM79 is a test. It's the testing of an electrical and photometric measurement of solid state lighting products by a third-party laboratory to determine performance as specified by the IES, which is the Illumination Engineering Society. No one does that but us. So
okay, so let me say something. So you made a comment that that maybe their suppliers are lying to them. They're not, no. But they're relying on the information that they're getting from these scientists or these manufacturers that are making the light bulb for them. So like I said Jeff, I could tell you that I'm a multi-billionaire, and then if you tell Eric Darren's a multi-billionaire, you're not lying to him. You're getting the same information that I gave you.
Right.
I was bullshitting you, but you're not lying.
Right. The manufacturers are lying to their distributors and their contractors, and then that goes downstream, right? So, for example, I have tests right now of all my competitors that we did. We sent them to a lab. We paid money to test other people's products. So when we get them, we tear them apart, and then we can improve on what they're doing wrong, and we can make a better product, and we can come out and we can give our real raw data. So, for example, first thing you want to know is you want to know different terminology. So, Eric, I sent you an email this morning with LED terminology. So if you want to teach a class, I would recommend that you use this as one of your teaching pieces of paperwork, document, okay? Anybody needs this, get a hold of me. I can give you all this documents I'm talking about. So next thing is, let's talk about lamps, right? So here we go, for example, and I'm not going to name names. I'm just going to say, for example, a guy will tell you, hey, look, we do 7 watts. It's a 7-watt output. We're going to put X amount of lumens, and here's the beam spread. It'll say 45-degree beam spread. We test them, and they're only at 17 or 22 degrees. So what does that mean? So you're trying to light up a Jap Maple, and you think you got a 45-degree lamp, and you're only getting 20 degrees out of it. It's a hot spot. So now you need more fixtures to light that plant material, right? And you're getting a laser beam out of it. So instead of 45 degrees, I'm looking at it right now. You're getting 17 degrees, 24 degrees, 30 degrees. They're not giving you 45 degrees. And on top of that, if they tell you it's X amount of lumens, that's the chip right from Cree. It's not when you put it into the lamp, then that lamp then goes into the fixture, the shroud goes on it, and then it goes into the field for 2 hours and starts to cook itself inside the fixture. And now it's called lumen, it's foldback, thermal foldback. So what happens is you're losing 30 to 40% of your light output that they're telling you on the box, and because it's inside of a fixture cooking and the cover that's on it. So what we did is we tested our stuff in a fixture, and we give you what the performance is of the lamp in the fixture running in the field for 2 hours. No one else will do that.
It's the same thing as this. Your tap might be at 12 volts, but if you run that run out, but 200 feet away from where that volt, where your transformer is, that 12 volts might be 11 or 10 or 9 by the time it gets out there. Same thing with pressure, water pressure. Water pressure is higher at the source.
But this has nothing to do with voltage, Darren. This has nothing to do with voltage. All this has to do with
that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is I'm comparing. Listen, what I'm saying is it's different from when they started, from where they're testing in the field, at the box, at that source. But then you're starting to add different variables down the line. You start to lose. That's what you just said. It's the same thing.
No, it's the heat. It's the heat that builds up inside of the fixture that begins to make the circuitry over. It's like putting
That's
yourself
what
in a
I'm saying.
sauna, right?
After,
Not,
at the point, okay, I got you. But at the point, at the beginning, it's where it is. But then after some time, you're saying
45
that
minutes, they begin to thermally fold themselves back,
same
and
thing.
you're losing
Exactly
luminance. So, for example, if say and ours even do this, we say it's 720 lumens. For example, our 6-watt, 75-watt equivalent says 720 lumens. That's what it put out when Cree made it. But when we took it and we put it inside of a fixture and we ran it for 2 hours, that fixture is now putting out 560 lumens. So you went from 720 to 560, right? Now, the beam angle is another thing. So it says 45 degree, you put it in, it's a 20 degree. Now you need to use 3 fixtures to really get the beam angle that you need to light that plant. We actually put an 80 degree lamp out, a 10-watt 80 degree. The only reason why we do that is if you have a Jap maple, you need a wide beam spread and you don't need a lot of light on it. So a 10-watt 80 degree or a 20-watt 80 degree will give you a beautiful light. You can use one of our fixtures with our lamp in it as opposed to buying 3 of our competitors to get that same plant material lit.
So how do you get to that exact light? Now, how come I asked you yesterday, I said, just can't anybody do the same thing? Can anybody go get those bulbs? Because they're all making their fixtures, but are they working with the same bulb?
No. So what we do is once we tear everybody's stuff apart and we've realized what the problems are and the failures are, we then get our engineers to re-engineer it and make them better. So we get better optics. And again, the optics are everything. The way you put the optic over that LED chip makes a huge improvement on the light output, the lumen output, the beam angles. So again, it's the optics, it's the electronics, it's the placement of the optics inside there, it's the heat sinking. It's all of these things that go into making a very robust product to get the biggest bang for your buck. So
this is why you need to sit with your client and explain to them why you're using the products you're using. You can't just say I can throw lights. The guys do it down here all the time. They can go to Home Depot and pick up some bulbs or pick up some light fixtures because they're lights. I can't understand. Why can't I just go to Home Depot and get a light, an LED light? It's all LEDs, it's the same, right?
Yep.
No.
We could do a whole hour on this. I mean, like I said, I could go over terminologies. I could go over the Kelvin temperatures. I can go over the color rendering index. I mean, there's so much. And like I said, I sent this document to Eric so he can go through this and look at the terminology and read this. It's very interesting. If you're a lighting guy, you need to know this stuff. I mean, you need to be on your game if you want to be better than your competition. And actually, use less fixtures. You can actually cut down on the fixture count. Here, I'm a manufacturer. I shouldn't be saying this, but I know for a fact that if I went out on a job site against my competitor, I could blow them away by using less fixtures and my specialty products that we make.
Can I make a recommendation to the people that are listening, the contractors that want to add lighting to their jobs? What I do is I say, okay, listen, I'm going to give you a package. You guys we'll do a landscape design. I'll include everything that we normally include. And they say, what about lighting? I always add the lighting, but I'm going to give you a small package, but that I want to visit it at the end. I want to explain to you what I'm going to do because it's it's a business. You don't want it to just be an add-on to something to your job. You have to really dig in and explain why you're selling the products that you're selling. I mean, that's the thing. And when you're doing a big job, when you're building a pool, doing patios, doing the kitchens and stuff like that, that takes up a lot of energy and thought with your client. You need almost that same amount of energy to talk about how to create a great lighting plan.
Absolutely.
So I always say that to my clients. I say, listen, I'm going to include a lighting package. I'm going to give you a budget for lighting, and it's in there. But when we're done at the end of our project, because I want to see what it looks like anyway afterwards. I'll have it all wired. I'll know where I want it to be, or I'll have the conduits where I need it to be, so it's easy for us to wire. And then I'm going to say, now we're here. Now I want to create another complete different view of your project at night. And this is what we want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Now you have time to sell them again. That's the way I do it all the time, and it works.
Yep.
And you need to do that because this is so important.
It's a whole nother layer, man. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother layer to the job. And just one more thing before we, so we just came out with this color changing one, RGBW. I sent a couple to Eric. And what we found out was when we tested our competitions against this one, so the red, for example, in order to get the equivalent red output of our new fixture, you have to buy 4 of my competitors to get the same lumen output in red. So you buy one of mine for $150 some, or you buy 4 of my competitors at $100 and something a piece. You're spending $400 to do the same thing our one fixture will do for you. That's how crazy it is. So
I'd love it if you could show us. If you could show us.
I got pictures. Listen, and Eric, I sent you all the documents I'm talking about. So you'll be able to open up and look at the spec sheets I sent you and the LM79 tests that we had done. And it's amazing. And in blue, for example, our blue, you have to buy 3 of my competitors to equal the blue light output of my one fixture now. Or you have to buy 5.
By the way, that's big now. Everybody loves that. Everybody loves the colors because they can use those colors for different parts of different seasons.
Yeah.
You got Christmas, you got Halloween, you got St. Patrick's Day, you got cancer awareness, right? Breast cancer awareness. Yeah. And people want to show off that they, and they love these different colors. And there's every single spectrum of light within that program.
It's a great accent. It's a really nice accent to have on your property. Darren, you're also getting some sent to you. We have some sent to you so you can try them out. Matt's having them sent to you, by the way.
I know. I saw that. I can't wait.
I can't wait till you guys try them out and put them on a job and see how vibrant they are. The nice thing is you can dim them down too, because some of them are so bright. If it makes the bush look like it's on fire, so you're gonna have to turn them down a little bit and dim them. But it's pretty impressive. I got to call them up today on the way up to West Palm Beach and tell them that I need to order some products for this job anyway. But again, it's going to be. I'm really, now that we're done, I'll bring my client out, and you should see the job. It looks gorgeous, just beautiful. And when I'm going to go meet with her, I'm going to say, okay, now this is what I want to do. We're going to add some extra lighting, and because there's a lot that we need to light up at night. Yeah.
Be absolutely amazing.
So again, everybody needs any help with this, get a hold of me, Jeff H at cast-lighting.com or 862-881-6183. I will email you the documents I'm speaking about, and I will educate you on how to be a better lighting designer and outperform your competition with less fixtures.
Yeah, you can find Jeff and Cast Lighting on Turfs Up Radio Nation, by the way. If you guys want to go out there, go look at that. You can click right there, get some information directly from there too as well. So it's already in that group. If you're part of Turfs Up Radio Nation, you're just a click away, which is really cool. All right, we'll be right back.
At Turfs Up Radio, we're giving you an edge on the competition while helping you grow your business.
I could use that.
Then keep listening in for more exciting product information.
Sounds good.
At Turfs Up Radio, we've got your back.
Hey, this is Julie, your host of Mower Madness. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station dedicated to the green industry. Be sure not to miss a new episode during the Turfs Up Radio podcast block every Monday through Friday between 2 and 4. We'll help you survive the good, the bad, and the ugly in the green industry. That's Mower Madness during the Turfs Up Radio podcast block every Monday through Friday between 2 and 4 Eastern. And remember, Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Scott with More Madness here. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know better than anyone that this business can be backbreaking, but that's all the more reason to partner with someone who has your back. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it. Ferris commercial grade mowers feature patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more done while keeping you comfortable so you can feel good tomorrow. Ferris, work hard, feel good. Go to ferrismowers.com for a dealer near you.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, this is Tim Pondrick with Hardscape Marketer. Are you frustrated or overwhelmed with marketing your business? If you'd like to be a local market leader, create a steady stream of new customers, and spend more time doing the things you love, we can help. We know what it's like to build a landscape business, run crews, and work with customers. If you're ready to grow your business by getting your internet marketing right, download our ultimate internet marketing cheat sheet today at hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. That's hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet.
Hey, landscape pros, are you tired of digging through rocks and roots and breaking shovels in the process? Then it's time you checked out the Geo Ripper 616. It's a landscaper's dream with the Makita 6 Series 2-cycle engine producing over 4 horsepower of raw performance. The 616 digs deep in up to 16 inches of the toughest soil. Lighting, landscape, and irrigation contractors already love this improved lightweight trencher with its ability to get in and get out faster, easier, and with less ground disturbance. And you will too. This redesigned Geo Ripper 616 comes with 2 heavy-duty digging chains and a whole mess of helpful extras. To learn more about the Geo Ripper and how it can help you out in the field, visit georipper.com today.
Welcome back to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Aaron Gruner, live in the Turfs Up Radio studios in always sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jeff Hessa, Cast Lighting. Eric Jones, the turf teacher, my man. He stayed nice and quiet, my God, during that segment. He didn't say a word.
I was listening. I was being educated. It's nice every now and then to absorb.
I know, right? You're always on fire. You're moving and shaking. And I did something interesting today. It's nice to think, to be able to sit back and think and try to see if you can improve the ways that you do things. Now, yesterday I got a call from a client right after my show in the morning, and they wanted to see some stuff that I had instead of some stuff that I did, some before pictures and afters, and I'm like, instead of sending them to my Facebook or my, obviously they can see anything they want on Totalscape Design, but I'm like, guys, do you have a minute? Can I put you on a Zoom call real quick? And they're like, yeah, let's go. Let's do that. It'd be great. Now I'm competing against other professionals here in South Florida. They got a quote for a design already. And I said, well, this is what I could do for you. And I said, let me show you. So I brought them right online. So, and I realized, and there was this little bit of you don't want to lose your client. When you need everything to kind of flow naturally. Nice. Let me show you how easy because all these little different nuances that go on when you're making conversation, when you're talking, trying to get something out, this all kind of has a lot to do with whether they're actual words or just things that are happening. Now, I wanted to get them onto a Zoom call, and I said, here, let me click you, and I got to tell them how to find the Zoom. I got to link it, and I got to make this better, right? Now, we had a great conversation. Turned out I got them to where they needed to be within a decent amount of time. But I'm thinking to myself, how can I make that better? How can I make it better and more streamlined? If I want to get somebody to go right onto my meeting room with me, rather than send them to here, send them to there. Everybody's got an internet. Everybody goes and types in a URL, right? And everybody can do exactly what I'm about to tell you to do. Every single one of you can do this. And Jeff, you could do this too. It cost me $2 to do this. Sure, we all have $2. What did I do? I bought a domain name, and I called it totalscapedesign.live. And what I did is I pointed it to my Zoom room.
Nice.
So now all I have to do is I have to say, go to totalscapedesign.live. Simple as that. Now they go right on, boom, it goes to my Zoom room. There's no questions. It opens up, and boom, now you're in with me. So there's no more go to contact, go to this. So you can do that for Cast. You can do that for
Cast Lighting Live, and go right to the Zoom room.
Go to GoDaddy.
Yep.
And put in castlighting.live for a domain, and guaranteed it's not there. Guaranteed it's there. It's not bought. It'll cost you $2. You buy the domain name and just point it. Then when it tells you to manage your room, just manage it. Go to and put in your Zoom room, your link to your Zoom room.
I just bought Cast Lighting. I'll sell it back to you.
Yeah, so hold on. Dave Beausoleil, I think Dave Beausoleil is listening right now because I sent him a message to listen. So Dave, if you're listening, go to castlighting.live and buy the domain name for us.
Go to GoDaddy. Yep. Go to GoDaddy and buy the domain name castlighting.live. Not .com, yep. Not .org, .live. That's what I did. And now you have that, and you can buy that for it. And just tell your client, meet me at castlighting.live.
That's priceless. I love it.
See that?
But that's your Zoom room link.
That's my Zoom room link. And in this way, I can get people. Then now they're in with me, and now I can share my screen and do.
Well, the nice thing is, you're not sending over that number. They got to get in, and then the passcode, right? It's direct, locked right in. Protected. Make sure when you get on Zoom, make sure that you get rid of that password protected thing. You can go to your settings, and even if you have a free account, you can go to your settings and remove that required password. Sure.
You can do it easily. So if you think you can't, you
can. But you can also give that customer the passcode. So they go in there, boom, 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 and then listen, Totalscape Design can be the passcode.
Listen, if you have a room and you don't want just anybody jumping on it, when you're on the room, like right now we're in the room, you see that security button at the bottom.
Yeah.
You hit the security button, and the security will tell you, you can lock the meeting, you can enable the waiting room, you can share whatever you want right there. You can allow participants. You can do all the stuff right there. This is really simple.
It's just so you don't have intruders coming into your right.
And that's what I tell people right now. Like people, anybody who wants to join me on the pump station between 8 and 10 o'clock, I leave our meeting room open. You're more than welcome to jump in and say hello anytime you want. And we just keep the doors open, you know. Okay. So it's really cool. I thought I'd give you guys a quick little hint on exactly what I did to keep things flowing, because it's important, right? Right, Eric? It's important to keep it flowing, to keep that message going. Be better than your competition. You don't want to. You don't have to be the best.
It's got to be better.
It's got to be better. You know, just try to be better than your competition. I'm not the best in the world.
So which one did you get? You get, like, you're telling Jeff to do castlighting.live or castlightinglive.com?
No, castlighting.live. Just do it that way. You don't have to go live.com. Too much to put in there. So if you just go .live, like Turf Teacher, you should do turfteacher.live.
Yeah.
Or no, that's it. Yeah.
Steve, I guess mine's like almost $20,000. I guess just because of the popularity that Turf Teacher's already received.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. You're right. Exactly what it is. You're a star.
Listen, Jeff, let me just explain to you, Eric. The decimal point right after the 2 means 2, not 20,000. Just so you know. But it's really cool. But that's what we try to do. We try to help you out the best we can. Whatever we can do to help you out. That's what Turfs Up Radio is all about. Just about educating and elevating the industry. A lot of free stuff that's going on. You guys know this. We talk about Turfs Up Radio Nation. Go to turfsupradionation.com. You can go to turfsupnation.com. You'll find us, but join us. Get your business on there. I'm already being found, by the way, through turfsupradionation.com already locally. And as we grow this group and as we get more people get on, we will be spreading out throughout the country and we'll be finding leads for you. And it's really cool. So it's all free. It's all free.
Yeah. And greenindustryevents.com, where you're going to have all the industry events across the country will be listed. So when this quarantine business is over and shows start opening up across the country, it'll give you some place to go. Let your hair down.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's cool. Well, everybody, you know what time it is? That's right. It's time to say goodbye until next week. I want to thank everybody for listening to this week's Weekend Review. For Jeff Hester, Cast Lighting. For Eric Jones, Turf Teacher, the Elite Landscaping. I'm your host, Aaron Bruner, reminding you to stay green and keep your hands dirty. You don't have to wash them as much anymore. Try not to anyway. All right, guys. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station. See you next week.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. To hear more about what's happening each week in the green industry, be sure to download the Turfs Up Radio 24/7 app or visit turfsupradio.com. And remember to stay green and keep your hands dirty.
Bam.
Doing everything like this. All right, cool. Hey guys, thanks a lot for listening to Turfs Up Radio on Turfs Up TV. Keep checking out. Go to Turfs Up TV anyway, and check out all the past shows. You can see all the new people, all the people that are uploading their videos on Turfs Up TV, and you can always find us right here on turfsupradio.com.